Hello everyone. So if you remember, in our previous class we discussed the basic about the router. This is a separate playlist in which we are discussing how we can configure the basic stuff in the packet tracer. So if you remember what we done some video like how to assign the IP address, how to check the two computers are working, and how to configure the router interface, how to enable the telnet, how to reload the router. We discussed this one, how to make the communication between different network. This one also we done. Now we are going to learn how we can enable the SSH or telnet. Let's do telnet first, later we will go for SSH. So imagine this is my switch. Okay, this is the router. So I want to check, first of all I need to check what is present in this router. After that we are going to configure the telnet in this switch. So how we are going to check? Generally you will take the laptop, you will connect the laptop with the console cable to the router, and you will open the putty and you will access the router. If you see, this is the router. I can see here, and let me check. I will write here the password it is asking. ABC I give. I will write show run just to verify all the configuration. So if you see here configuration, what I can see in this one, I have the IP 192.168.1.1. This is the IP we assigned to the router interface. This is the interface F0 by 0. We assign this IP. So we need to remember this. Okay. So we can give, this is a gateway to the switch. So this is only the configuration I want to check. Just I will put the label here. So by seeing this one, we should know that this is the IP we assign to the router. Okay. So now this is the IP we assign to the router. I will take this console cable. I will connect to the switch console, and then I will try to access this switch. Then I will go to the terminal, whatever default setting, I will click OK. Now if you see, I am able to access the switch. So here I need to do the basic configuration. So first of all, I am going to change the name of the router. So I will write enable. Then I will go in the global configuration mode. In this one, I am going to change the name of the router. So we use the command host name to change the name of the router or switch. This is a switch, so I am changing the name as a host name. I am giving the new name. So now name is changed. And after that, if you want to enable the telnet or SSH, what we need to do, we need to assign the IP address. If you don't have the IP address to the switch, then we cannot access the switch remotely. We cannot access the switch with telnet or SSH. So what we need to do, we need to configure the IP. And if you see, this is a layer 2 switch. In the layer 2 switch, we cannot assign the IP to the interface. If you want, let me show you. If you see this interface F0 by 1, if I try to assign the IP address to F0/1, if you see, this way we are assigning the IP, right? Generally, example, if I want to assign something like 192.168.1. Let me assign as 7 till 7 we use. So I will write .8, give space 255.255.255.0. I will press enter. So if you see, I am getting this error. Why I am getting this error? Because this is a layer 2 switch. In the layer 2 switch, we cannot assign the IP to the interface. If you want to assign the IP, then we need to assign to the VLAN. We need to assign to VLAN only. We cannot assign the IP to the interface in the layer 2 switch. So now we will say, okay, we want to assign the IP, but we cannot. So then let's assign to the VLAN. So what we will do, by default, we will have the VLAN 1. If you want, we can check. I will exit this. I can write show VLAN brief. This command we use to check the VLAN, whatever VLAN is present in this switch. This is a brand new switch. We don't have any configuration here. If you see, I wrote show VLAN. This is a default VLAN present. If you see, this is a default VLAN. We can say VLAN 1 is present with all the interface are present in the VLAN 1. So now still we did not learn how to create the VLAN, all the stuff. So no need to create now. Let's use the default one. VLAN 1 is there. So I will assign the IP to the VLAN 1 only in this lab. So what I will do, I will go to the global configuration mode and I need to assign the IP address to the VLAN 1. Then I need to write interface. I am writing in the shortcut int. If you want to write interface, you can write complete also. After that, in which VLAN you want to assign the IP address, you need to write that one. I want to assign the IP address to the VLAN 1. So I will write VLAN and give a space, then write the number. I write 1. After that, whatever IP you want to assign, you can assign. Example, I want to assign like 192.168.1.8. So I am assigning this IP. Then I will write 255.255.255.0 and I will write no shut. So this interface will go up. Okay, so what I done, I assign the IP address to the VLAN. First step, I change the name of the route switch. Then I assign the IP address to the VLAN. After that, I can configure the gateway also. If I want to configure the gateway to the switch, how I will write? I will write IP default gateway. IP default gateway, then I need to give the gateway. Gateway is nothing but router interface IP. So this is the router interface 192.168.1.1. So I will write here 192.168.1.1. I will give it space and I will press enter. So this way I will assign the gateway to the switch. Okay, and if I want to save, I will write do WR to save the configuration. And if I want to create the enable password, I will write enable. I will use secret. So the password will be encrypted, and whatever password I want to give, I will give. I give ABC. Okay, enable secret ABC. So this will be the enable password. Whenever you are trying to access the device, they will ask you to put the enable password. Like when you access, and if you want to go to the privilege mode, you will put enable, they will ask you the password. After that, what we will do, we will write LAN VTY 0 to 1 means 2 user. I am enabling the telnet. With this command, we will enable the telnet. I will write virtual line. This is a LAN VTY 0 to 1 means 2 guys can access same time. Okay, after that I will write password. I can give anything. I am giving ABC. After that I need to write login. That's all. This is a configuration for telnet. If I want to exit, press Ctrl Z, you will be out, and then write WR to save the configuration. The configuration is finished. Now you can go here to any computer and you can try to do the telnet. So I will go to the computer, then this is a command prompt. I will go to the command prompt of this PC, that is 192.168.1.2. I will write here telnet, and then I will put the IP, whatever IP we assigned to this device. I think we assigned to this device is 192.168.1.8. So I put here, if you see telnet is working, it is open and it is asking us the password. So I can give the password. We give the password as ABC. So now I am inside the switch. I am inside the switch. I can write EN. So when I write EN, if you can see, they are asking me the enable password. Whatever enable password we define, we can write here. Example, I define here ABC. So when I write ABC, I can go inside the switch. After that, if you want to do any configuration, go in the global configuration and do the configuration whatever you want to do. If you want to exit, exit this one. If you want to check the configuration of this switch, write show run. So with this command, you can check the configuration of the switch. If you see, this is the configuration of the switch. All the configuration is showing here. Whatever we done. If you see here, we assign the IP address to the VLAN 1 and we created the default gateway. And what else we done? If you see, this is the configuration we done till here to here. Remaining by default we have, but this one we done. This one we done. And we change the name also. So if you see, this one we done. This is the enable password, and this one we done. Okay, so what we done here, we enable the telnet and we are trying to access the device remotely. If you see, I am sitting here. You can imagine I am sitting in the first floor, switch is in the 5th floor. So no need to go to the switch. Directly you can access from the first floor. If you have the connectivity, if you have the reachability and telnet is enabled, then directly you can access. Okay, I can exit. When I finish my task, I can write exit. So I can disconnect the connection from the switch. I close the connection from the switch. So this way we can enable the telnet and we can access the telnet in the switch. This is the basic packet tracer series. In this one we are going to learn the basic lab. Later we will do the advanced lab. Okay, thank you, bye.